And it says we are live. I'm here. You're beautiful. It's Thursday night. That must mean it's time for GotBot Goes live. I, of course, am your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe. And while you are at it, light them up, baby. Let's try that again. There you go. That's a little better. Hit the notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor. Let me adjust this just a little bit down. Yeah, there you go. The Everything Factor, Machinery of Man. I don't even remember what it was I said. Let's do that again. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share. Of course, subscribe. And while you're at it, of course, hit the notification bell. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below, also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. Man, oh man, you talk about stuff being memorized, you know? And when you are taken out of it, you kind of forget it. We're going to start things off while I get things sort of settled away here. First things first, G1 comic book artist Jose Delbo has passed away at the age of 90. If you were a fan of the original Marvel Comics run, he had his fingers all over that. Many of his works are very well known. A lot of his covers very well known. So a moment of silence for one of the late, great, early Transformers comic book artists. Jose Delbo, dead at the age of 90. Okay. The other thing that I want to give a shout out to is all of the people in Cape Breton. If you're unaware, because I know a lot of people have been paying attention to the severe weather in California in the U.S., but in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, they had quite the dumping of snow. A few years ago, you might remember that I actually did a video here in Newfoundland about Snowmageddon, and we had something like 83 centimeters of snow. Well, get this. Cape Breton beat us. They have had a dumping with drifts that have over 100 to 150 centimeters of snow. Military have been called in and everything. Now, that does affect us here, not because of the direct snow, but because we're an island and the ferry goes between Sydney and Port aux Basques and brings a lot of things, a lot of supplies to our stores here on the island. Until Cape Breton is cleared, we're going to have a trickling in at best of products, not just Transformers, but I mean of groceries, food, clothes, everything. It's going to be a trickle in. Anything coming by land is going to be held up. Things by air, they'll still arrive. So quite a time. As such, I can tell you now, I do not have any unboxing or anything like that this week, but I do have, and let your friends know, let your family know, let anybody who would have an interest in Transformers know, I do have some brand new listings, and two of them in particular I think are going to be very interesting to folks. Very interesting. But we're not there yet. We're not going to talk about that yet because we're not there yet. There's a ton of news from threezero, from Iron Factory. Of course, we're going to talk about the Legacy Sandstorm. We're going to talk about the new Grimlock and the new Shockwave. We're going to talk about some stuff from New Age. We're going to talk about a little bit of a note about Botcon. We're going to talk a bit about the 40th anniversary. And of course, we have those listings and trivia as usual. Hey, Dragonfly. Hey, Waspinator. Hey, Ash. Hold on. I'm just going to turn my light there a bit. I'm almost feeling a little too bright. Hey, Marcus. Hey, Francis. As we go down here. Hey, Mimo. It's funny. I just saw a couple of notifications on Facebook from your group. And I happened to hit him just before I came in here. Hey, perhaps a dog. The big dude across the let me hold $1. I'm kidding. Testing new entries. I don't know what that means, but okay. Hey, Donnie. Been a while, man, since you've been here. Ooh. Halo Ken? Am I saying that right? Halo Ken? I hope I'm saying that right. Hey, Mike. Hey, Swindle. Let's see here a little bit. Let me go down here. Hey, Line. Heathen. Hey, Ultra Megatronus. Dude, you're not late. You are not late at all. Hey, Hot Wheels Brothers. Okay, so how about we start diving into the news? First things first. If you missed out on 86 Snarl, many of the online retailers at least have new pre-orders up for Snarl, apparently another run. So if you missed out on it, I would certainly suggest you check your favorite online retailers, see if you can secure yourself a pre-order for 86 Snarl. I don't know really what else more could be done. I would say this. I think more Snarls should make it to brick and mortar stores. For me, I don't really order online very much, not very much at all, and less and less. I don't like it. I don't like paying for shipping, and I don't find it as rewarding getting something in the mail as I do actually going and finding it on the shelf. I think more of them should make it to brick and mortar, but that's just me. In Japan, the fan book 2024, I believe this is going to be the 5th edition of this. It's more like a 65-page book / magazine that's sort of updated every year. I think it kind of outlines a lot of like Generations releases and stuff. Anyway, last year's fan book came with a translucent version of Optimus Prime. I believe it's a Little Legends class. As a matter of fact, I think it might be the Chronicles version that came out many times. I actually reviewed a version of that some time ago. And if you don't know what Chronicles Optimus Prime is, look it up. You'll say, oh yeah, I do definitely know that mold. This year, it's going to be a translucent Bumblebee. I don't know what mold it would be, but I would think that it's going to probably be another Legends class mold. I could be 100% wrong about that. But the idea is to pair Bumblebee, translucent Bumblebee, with translucent Optimus Prime. Loungefly showed off their pin set, where basically you had half of an Autobot or Decepticon logo and half of a face, right? There's half of a Decepticon logo and Megatron. There's half of a Decepticon logo and Soundwave. There's half of an Autobot logo and Optimus, and half of a yellow Autobot logo, and of course, Bumblebee. Plus, Loungefly showed off a movie Bumblebee wallet and mini backpack. They look fine, but they're definitely a movie Bumblebee. You'd have to be into that. If I don't know if that's your thing, right? If mini backpacks are your thing. Speaking of weird merchandise, in celebration of 40 years of Transformers, Boy Scouts NOAC is doing an Optimus Prime and Bumblebee patch that apparently you can order for, I believe, 20 US. I don't know. Ordering a Boy Scouts patch? Like, come on, man. Come on. Didn't you have to earn those? We had to earn those back in the day. That's how we got our patches. We had to earn them. You couldn't just buy them. What's the point of that? But if you want one, I saw the link to order them on TFW 2005. So make of that what you will. Magic Square showed off. Oh, we're going to do this again. Hold on. I'm going to try this again. Let's see how this works. Hold on. I got to find it. I got to find it. Yeah, this one. Magic Square. Magic Square is going to be doing both of these guys. Certainly, they're going to at least do Slag at some point, but you can see there Legends class, I'm assuming from Magic Square, Grimlock and Sludge. I will say this. They claim that these are going to be released in 2024. I'm a bit skeptical because this is obviously very early renders. There's no doubt about it. I will say this to its credit, though. They look very smooth and very clean, both in robot mode and dino mode, and it doesn't look like they have any hollowness. Like, it looks pretty solid all the way around. I don't know how oversaturated or saturated the Dinobot market is, even for Legends, because we've had some great like Legends class ones, not to mention the official ones that came out in Legacy Evolution, right? Now you have these. You have other ones from, was it Mech Fans Toys? I can't recall now. So I don't know. Maybe there's room for these. Maybe there's not. Time will tell. But, you know, hats off to Magic Square for throwing their hat in the ring. I don't know. 2024 release. I'm a bit skeptical of it, man. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. So I'm going to, what happens if I just close that? Let's just see what happens if I just close that. Hey, I popped back. There you go. What else do we have here? Let's do this one next. And I think I can show this too, because I believe I got that one maybe. Do I have that? Maybe I don't have that up. I certainly meant to. I don't. I'm not going to be able to share it, but because I don't already have it up, and I'm not going to go looking for it now. Let's cancel that for now. But we saw new images of Yamabuki, which is basically got a new toy accurate head and a Diaclone redeco of Yukikaze from the Masterpiece Generations, the MPG line, part of course, Raiden. I look at these Diaclone colored guys. I'm like, it looks like they're discolored with nicotine. Like this guy to me, Yamabuki, looks like he is discolored with nicotine. I'm sure the color that the actual train probably is, like kind of a creamy custardy type of color, but to me it looks like nicotine discoloration. threezero showed off their deluxe last night, Nemesis Prime. He's going to clock in at $239.99 US, quite large. Not the M Deluxe. That's their affordable smaller line. This is Deluxe. It's not as big as the Premium. I reckon he's somewhere probably around 11, 12 inches, if I'm not mistaken. Did I note here what his size was? Yeah, 11.2 inches. There you go. 73 points of articulation, as we usually get with threezero. There's a die cast frame. There is LEDs. There's weathered paint look on him. There's an alternate face plate. He has the red streak that Quintessa gave him, and all of that sort of stuff. Removable mask and all of that sort of stuff, right? That you would expect from threezero. It looks like Optimus from the last night when he was as Nemesis, right? With those darker colors and stuff. If you like that look, cool. threezero might have you covered, right? Again, hefty price tag, but you are looking at something that's basically, well, a little under a foot tall, but man, oh man, the mold, the detail, the paint, the die cast, there's a lot more to threezero. Even though it doesn't transform, there's a lot more to threezero than meets the eye. Pardon the pun. Then we got this guy. This guy now I should be able to share, right? Oh, come on. Where are you? Yeah, baby. This guy, Origins Wheeljack. So, of course, I'm excited for Origins Wheeljack. Everybody knows this for sure. We saw a number of new images. He is due in spring of this year, 2024. He will retail in the US for $34.99. He stands apparently 7 inches. I don't know if $35 is your going rate for a Voyager, but that seems about right what I would expect for this. 32 steps to transform between robot and hover car. He comes, of course, with his blast shield, his 2, I guess, rotor blades, I suppose we'll call them, and 3 road pieces for a Cybertronian road. Why am I showing this particular picture? I'm showing this particular picture because you can take the blast shield pieces and put them on his back. Now, the guy has one hell of a backpack. There's no doubt about it. Gigantic, gigantic, huge backpack. How obtrusive will it be? I don't know. But I'm not going to lie. While I'm glad that the blast shield has somewhere to store, I find this look really obtrusive. This seems very... I don't even know what to call it, but it's rough. It's a lot of junk in the trunk. Pardon the pun. A lot of back kibble there, man. An awful lot of back kibble. Love the blue. Love the head sculpt. Love the look of the chest and stuff. I do wish his biceps were white like his shoulders. I don't like the black biceps with the black forearms. But I mean, undoubtedly, this is Wheeljack. Undoubtedly, I need to have it. Jackie's my guy, no doubt about it. But I'm very nervous about how egregious I'm going to find that backpack. He's got to be an instant get. I love Wheeljack. We all know this, but I am a bit concerned about that backpack. I'm not going to lie. So let's take that out, and I have that done. We got all of that news done. Bilan Toys. Bilan Toys, they are doing a legend scaled 07 movie Optimus Prime. Basically, he's going to be legend scale, right? He has, I think, a couple of heads, a couple of pairs of hands, a couple of blasters, 2 swords, 2 hooks, a lot of paint. Looks great in truck mode, looks great in robot mode, looks like he's highly articulated. Little bit concerned about it being a Legends class because I am concerned about how over-engineered it might be. If they can pull off a smooth transformation with tight articulation at the Legend size class, I think that Bilan could very quickly become a fan favorite of the Legends class scale because they have real potential here to present something special. Even if you're not a live action fan, the 07 Optimus design has a cult following, so it's going to sell. No doubt about it. I just hope that the quality is there to support it. We saw images of Bishujo Skywarp. I mean, it's the same girlified Seeker thing that they did for Starscream and Thundercracker. The head is different again on this one. I think that Skywarp probably has the biggest smile of the 3. Again, I've heard that this one is only going to be an exclusive. Why Skywarp gets that treatment all the time, I don't know. AMK by YOLO Park, right? Or I guess I should say YOLO Park AMK series. Showed off their Rise of the Beast Rhinox. He comes with an axe. He comes with 2 Energon swords. He comes with 2 Ion Blasters for Optimus Prime. Sorry, the axe, the Energon swords, and the blaster for Optimus Prime. We saw images of him next to the Studio series. He's a fair bit bigger than the Studio series. He has a bit of a different layout of the silver and the bronze, but still seems very, I can't say monochromatic, but like it's the colors that they use for Rhinox, whether it's the main line, whether it's Studio Series, or whether it's this, I feel like he's just a flat, bland looking character. You needed something else to break that up. You really, really, really did, at least in my opinion. Omega Prime pre-orders have opened in Mexico, Japan, and New Zealand. Speaking of Omega Prime, he currently sits at about 8,400. There's no doubt that this is getting funded. I said that right from the hop, and there's no doubt that everything is going to be included. A couple of people have doubted it. I don't know how you can. Just Japan alone, by the time you put the Japanese orders in here, you're going to have 6,000 or 8,000 there. Like, this is getting funded. Everything is absolutely going to be in there. I have zero doubt, especially when they, this time, I think gave a nice big range of time. I think that this was the best timed one of these. Others came like just before Christmas and stuff. I was like, what are you doing? Are you on drugs or something? Why would you do that just before the holidays? But right now, I think this is the best time to let it run its course for sure. Time will tell, but I would actually, if I was a betting man, I'm not, but if I was a gambler, I would put money down that this guy is going to get funded with all of the tiers met. The Page Punchers from McFarlane Toys. I told you guys there was a crossover coming with that some time ago. I said it was going to be the Page Punchers. Everybody said, I hope it's not the Page Punchers. Well, that's what it is. I mean, they're crap. And pardon the language, but they absolutely are. You can get Optimus Prime and Megatron as a 2-pack, or Wheeljack and Bumblebee. It comes with 2 IDW comics. They are 3 inches tall, and they have 6 points of articulation. They don't transform or anything, from my understanding. $16.99 US. I don't know, $17 US for 2 IDW, 2 old IDW comics, and 2 little 3-inch figurines that have 6 points of articulation. Not for me. To me, that's a complete waste of money, but maybe it's for you, I guess. I don't know. Personally, I see these Page Punchers because, I mean, they do everything, right? From, like, oh my goodness, they've done everything from Marvel to, like, G.I. Joe to, like, everything is these Page Punchers, right? Or maybe there's a DC. I don't know. I don't even care, to be honest with you, because I see them all the time, and I've yet to see them fly off the shelves. Like, I look at him like, why did McFarlane do this? I don't see the appeal. I don't know. I don't see the appeal, and I've never seen them sell well. I would expect that this is just going to be more junk that's going to take up space on the shelf that's not going to sell. I feel like they are just like doling out the Transformers licenses to every Tom, Dick, and Harry for everything that they could possibly make. And unfortunately, it's creating a glut and a flood of garbage merchandise in the market that I don't know, man, how much of it's going to sell. We'll talk about that in a bit. But page punchers, I don't know. Are you excited for it? Because I haven't heard anybody excited for it yet. We saw recolors of the New Age Wind Charger as Shattered Glass Wind Charger with purples and blues, and an interesting one, Wasp, like animated Wasp, right? Which is not exactly Waspinator, but it's in those colors, except this time he's going to turn into, what is Wind Charger? Trans Am? Is that what he is? Is he Trans Am? Somebody tell me. Wind Charger, he's a Trans Am, right? So I don't know if that's your thing, I guess. If that's your thing. Let's check in with you guys, and then I'll get back to the news. Don't forget, we still have some very interesting listings up and coming. Let's go up here. Where are we? I know I missed a lot. But let me go back up to where it was I cut off. I was around right here. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Sandstorm yet. If I see comments about that now, I'm just going to skip over. You'll hear my thoughts when we get to it. We're not there yet. Doing good since Monday. Got upper teeth extraction surgery. Not numb, but okay. Yee, that sounds rough. I got a wisdom tooth that's impacted. That's got to come out. I gotta be able to afford it, man. I'm interested in that Sandstorm. Yeah, okay. I would want slag a Snarl with Swoop and Grimlock. I don't know what you're talking about there. I assume you must be talking about the I would want. What do you mean you want slag as Snarl with Swoop and Grimlock? I don't know what you're talking about there, Blue. If you're talking about the Magic Square thing, you realize that they're just, at least at this point, they're just doing the first 3 Dinobots, right? That was the 3 that were originally made. Snarl and Swoop came a bit later. So I think that's their logic over choosing the 3 that they're doing. I only order online, nothing on shelves. Yeah, if I got to go to ordering online, I'm just going to be out. I'm not doing that. I don't, it's too hard to track. I don't like paying shipping. Like if it's got to be online orders, that ruins, honestly, that ruins all of this for me because I don't like it. I don't really shop on, other than Transformers, I don't shop online. I'm currently saving money for my birthday. Yeah, I think you already said that the last few weeks. Sandstorm chopper mode looks like a flying Twinkie. Yeah, well, like I said, I'm not there yet. We'll talk about it in a bit. I have Power of the Prime's Grimlock. May look at the new Grimlock. I mean, that's up to you, I guess. The cheesy toy review, I like that. No, I don't think at all we're getting a new Lio Kaiser. I don't think at all. Customize do a custom one or customize the Platinum Edition one. That's what I did. I don't believe for 1 second we're getting a new Lio Kaiser anywhere, anytime soon in the offing at all. If you're holding your breath for it, I wouldn't. I would look elsewhere, my man. Thanks, but I said it's in a, what? Thanks, but I said it's next month. Yeah. Don't get to share my love. What? Oh, I hit the like button. Yeah, I appreciate that. I was a Boy Scout Wolfpack. There you go. Boy Scouts thing sounds weird. Yeah, like I don't know what it's like in the US, but up here, like you didn't get a badge unless you earned it. We didn't pay for it. They were awarded to us for doing the thing. Never been a Boy Scout. Sculpts don't look bad for Legends class. I agree, they don't at all. What? As much as I like the screen share thing, I'm worried if one news site gives, let's say, NASTADs. I don't have a clue what you're talking about. I don't even know what that last word is. So no, I'm not concerned about whatever it is because I don't know what you're talking about. I can't wait to get my hands on the new Legacy figures coming out. May not get all of them though. Yeah, I'm gonna just say this. I appreciate when people are enthusiastic, but I think this fandom as a whole needs to like tone it down a bit, man. The addicts got to tone it down a bit, man. You got to start looking at what you actually value and what actually fits your collection and stuff, right? Just saying, just saying. I'm not saying don't be enthusiastic. I'm just saying all of us, me too, me included, we need to temper our enthusiasm a bit. You know, cooler heads, right? Hey, Lance. Oh, by the way, hey, Darren. I know I read your comment earlier, but I don't think I said hey to you. Think the AoE evasion prime. Oh man, I always find it so hard. Think the AoE evasion prime is alt trailerless Voyager Earthrise. They faux look like same transfer. What? Are you asking if the AoE evasion mode is the same as the Earthrise? No, I own both. They're not at all, not even close on being the same. The AoE one is my prime that I use in Universal Collision, and he's splendid. I actually built a faceplate for him. He's splendid. I still have him in case something happens to my Earthrise one, right? I still have the Age of Extinction one there. It's splendid. I love it. A lot of people don't like it, but I love it. I think it's a great prime. I'm not displaying Wheeljack with the wings. No, I don't think I'll display them with those wings either. They're, I mean, I guess it's cool to have, but I don't know. I wish they folded up better or something. $35 a keep away. I don't know if that's typical down in the US or not. I think 35 is the standard for Voyagers in states. Okay. Looking to score a Lita 1. What? Based fembots? Score the Alita 1 base fembots? I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean the Power of the Primes ones? Good luck. Didn't realize Wheeljack was going to be so big. Here's the thing. They're saying 7 inches, but like when you see Wheeljack next to Jazz, he looks about the same height as Jazz. So I'm not sure where they're getting 7 inches from. I'm really not sure. Now, maybe that was just the picture I saw, but he looked the same height as Jazz, even though the vehicle mode is bigger and needs to be bigger. So I don't know for 100% sure on that measurement. I was just relaying what was in the product description, but I'm not sure about that 7 inches. But you know what? When I get them, we're going to measure it and find out, because numbers and math never lie. It's a bulky Wheeljack. It is Ultra Megatronus. I agree. And he probably needs to be for that weird alt mode, right? Hey, Jenny. Yeah, I need this Wheeljack. Yeah, for sure. I agree. You know what? Fun fact, everybody out there, guys, go and always check out Ultra Megatronus, especially on Saturdays when he does his hangout. It's a bit too late usually for me, but check it out. You know what? He's been a solid dude over the years who has helped me beyond measure. I have the Arc, thanks to his help. I have Rodimus Prime, thanks to his help. And really, Origins Bumblebee, Origins Jazz, I have because of his help. He's a good dude. Go support him and check him out. I'm trying to collect the Origins figures. Good luck. I hope you get them. Happy Pizza Day tomorrow. I don't know where you come up with this stuff, Blue. You say this random stuff that I don't know what it has to do with anything. Another thing to say, Happy Pizza Day tomorrow. If you're having pizza tomorrow, enjoy, I guess. I don't know. Wait, this is Bayverse Prime and not Nightverse. That sucks. I guess they're all the same Prime. They're all the same Prime. It's all Optimus. The dude has a faceplate. He has windows on his chest. I don't know why we quibble over this stuff. This is probably too soon, but I wonder if the next Rockbot. No, well, the next Rockbot is going to be Shard, the one that turns into the helicopter. They literally just showed it last week. Literally hours before we went out for the live show. So they only announced that within the last week. Yeah, I'm judging hard, Blue. That's pretty gross. I'm not going to lie. There will be an April 1st Buzzworthy Bumblebee Origin Soundwave for those interested. Oh, dear. Is that what we're starting already? We already have that. Like, people are like, are they going to do an Origin Soundwave? Why would they? It's done. It was called Siege. It literally turns into the light post. Like, they've already done it. It's like when people are like, are we going to get Tetra Jets? We already have them. It was called Siege. It's done. And you might say, yeah, but they're not like G1. They're not, guys. They're not going to go back and do that. Get real. Come on now. Come on. Hey, Marcus, if I didn't say it already, buddy. Hey, Big M. I definitely plan on getting Omega when my check comes in. I'd love one that can actually pose. That's fair. This is Transformers. We funded a dude named Deathsaurus that barely anyone knows about. Of course, we can fund Omega. I wouldn't say barely anyone knows about Deathsaurus. I'm a huge fan of all of the leaders right through. Like I'm a big fan of Devil Z, which I guess is best shown with Black Zarek, really. We all know that Scorponok or, Black Zarek or Mega Zarek was a leader. Deathsaurus, I think a lot of people know him. I don't think that's a correct phrase at all, perhaps. I don't agree with that at all. I'm waiting for them to announce a proper Violent Jiger. I 100% would be in for a proper Violent Jiger. The only Autobot Maximal leader that I don't have a version of now is Big Convoy. That's it. I'm so happy to have Die Atlas. So happy to have Metalhawk. So happy to have Star Saber. Like Fort Max. I don't think I can agree with that one, buddy. But I get what you're saying. If we fund a Deathsaurus, more people know Omega Prime. So naturally he's going to fund. So I get your point, but I don't think the premise of saying not a lot of people know Deathsaurus is correct. Hey, Keldeo. I've been craving pizza. Okay, well then get pizza. I don't know why you're telling me. Just go do it, man. It's your life. Live your pizza-rific life. Do it. Honestly, I'm kind of pizzaed out. We had pizza the last 2 days. Actually, there's still one slice left, I think. So I might have that after I get off here with you guys, as a matter of fact. Keep my Origins in vehicle mode. I mean, that's fair. You can always keep them in vehicle mode. That's a fair way of doing it if you want, for sure. If you want to save on the bot mode, for sure, Omar. I wanted the AOE Evasion Prime, but was late, then got others. Okay, well, I mean, it's also 10 years old, so. Since somebody said there's an Origin Soundwave coming, no. It was a joke, Hot Wheels brothers. We have all of that. We have an Origin Soundwave. It's Siege. We have an Origins Starscream. It was Siege. Like Siege. It gave us those things. They're done. They're done. Thank you, Alfred. I'm going to go down and skip all of kind of that conversation. I'm wanting to get Minerva this year. Good luck. I hope you can find her. I don't mind the bulkiness of Origins Wheeljack. I mean, it's that or using the Siege Ironhide mold from what most customizers have done. Yeah, and they've done some nice jobs with that mold as Wheeljack, but I'd rather he have his own. And I do think that the alt mode here really nails the alt mode that he's supposed to have. So I'll give credit where credit is due, right? Yeah, Gigawatt did have G1 style packaging. You're right. I said that's sick, not sucks. I'm sorry, I misread. My bad. I'm old man, old eyes. I wish we got extra Tetra Jet cone heads. Maybe. But that said, did the cone heads, before they had their Earth modes, were the cone heads actually cone heads, or were they just the Seeker body type? Like, did they change their robot mode to a degree when they got their Earth mode? I don't know, because we never saw cone heads on Cybertron. So I don't know. But, again, I wouldn't be angry about it because I love that Siege mold. Yeah, Canada does April Fools. I don't do April Fools. I do a lot of eye rolling. But yes, we do April Fools. I'm going down here. I'm skipping some stuff, guys, because I do want to get back to the news here. And we do have those important listings, by the way. Acidine and Nova were a 3-pack. Yes, they were. Most of my collection is stored in buckets. You got to do something about that, man. If you want a Minerva, there is one in a box of Midwest Vintage Toys in Rochester. MN? I don't know what MN is. I thought Rochester was New York. Minnesota? Is that what MN is? I don't know. I finally picked up the Siege Rainmakers just a few days ago. Love the Rainmakers. Really, really do. You can store the Energon rods too. You can, yes. But at least with the Energon rods, I don't know if they store in robot. Well, I guess they'd store in robot mode. Which Soundwave works better? The Origins, I forgot what you preferred. Actually, then, which Soundwave worked better? What? For Origins? The Siege Soundwave. It is Origins. Am I the only one that remembers that they had like the schematic? It was like you could put like a black light or something on it. You could actually see. Oh yeah, the Siege Soundwave doesn't just do the weird spaceship mode thing, but the Siege, I guess, Legacy Soundwave, that Voyager, like he does the lamppost thing. He actually does it. In fact, there's 2 or 3 modes or 2 or 3 fan modes that you can do for that. Please go back, check out my review. I think I show a couple of versions of it, if I'm not mistaken. And I think I show a couple of versions of a cassette player he could do. I love that mold. I think that Soundwave is great. 86 Scourge is now sold out. He is a hot item. I have him in the sweeps. Yeah, he was hot enough, but I mean, he's also old now. He's a couple of years old, so I'm not surprised he'd be sold out. IIRC lamppost mode is, I don't know what IIRC is, by the way. Lamppost mode is one of the bottom box tabs. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Okay. Whew, that was a lot of comments to catch up on. Let's get back into it here. Takara, they showed off their Karakuri statue of Optimus Prime. This statue is on a stand, and if you press a button on the stand, the thing actually transforms. Now, my understanding is you cannot take it off the stand, and it doesn't articulate or anything, but you can press the button, and it does a nifty thing of transforming back and forth. I think the truck mode probably looks a little bit better than the robot mode, but they both look pretty darn good, to be honest with you. And in robot mode, the G1 Japanese Optimus Prime voice actor, Tisho Genda, I have no idea if I'm saying his name right, but Tisho Genda has some, I guess, lines that he spoke as Optimus Prime. So it's pretty neat, pretty cool. Studio Series Scorponok out in the US, as is Studio Series Scrap Heap and Gamer Starscream, all out in the US right now. Death Source mobile wallpaper by Hasbro China. That's been, I guess, released in China, I suppose. Artist Jack Lawrence will be going to TF Nation this year in the summer. Earthspark Warrior Shockwave released in the US. Don't get too excited. It's just exactly like the Deluxe. It's a repaint of the Cyberverse one, where instead of having purple on his chest, the purple eye, I think now he has a yellow eye and yellow on his chest. Otherwise, it's the same Warrior class Shockwave that was in Cyberverse. Transformers Styling Box. So if you're not familiar with Styling Box, it's one of these like loot crate type of thingies. They've done them for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, for G.I. Joe, for Marvel, for Dragon Ball Z, etc., 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 etc. Usually there's a big old wall of them at a lot of the conventions. Well, anyway, they have one on their site for Transformers. I assume it's going to come in and out of stock. I assume it's going to be somewhat limited supply, but you can certainly check it out if you're so inclined. Of note, this is not, by the way, the leaks that or the listings I'm talking about. However, I can confirm that the first gimmick Transformers 1 stock has arrived in the US in warehouses. It's in warehouses. The street date that I last knew of was August. So this is quite early for things to be in warehouse with a street date of August. My guess is that the Transformers 1 merchandise will probably have a street date that'll go moved up. Instead of August, I reckon we're going to see those more like May, June. But time will tell for sure. We shall see. We've had kind of a promotional blurb that covered a whole lot of stuff coming out for the 40th anniversary. And there's a lot that was in there. For the 40th anniversary, they talked about the Omega Prime. They talked about how there will be over 40 distinct figures for the 40th year, much like in Thrilling 30 when there were 30 bots that had, like, they were actually numbered, right? The 40 that will be included as part of the celebration, I guess you could say, will include a, like Omega Prime is one of those 40, for example, right? There will also be a vinyl G1 music album released. J Labs headphones will be released. Clothing will be done by Mad Engines and RSVLTS. I don't know what sort of clothing they're doing, but they're doing clothes. Another one of those 40, for example, is going to be Robosin Megatron. I believe he's going to turn into a tank. I 100% think he's going to turn into a tank. Jada 124th diecast, Transformers by Ghostbusters mashups. In fact, we actually have two of them that we've now seen. One is the Optimus Prime, or the cab of the Optimus Prime Ghostbusters truck. An MP10 was done all white with a red line on it and the Ghostbuster symbol. Well, imagine taking that deco on that cab, putting it on something that's a 1/24 scale from Jada that doesn't transform, it's just the vehicle, and there you go, there's Optimus Prime. Also, a version of the Ecto-1 that's all red with the fins that are normally red being blue. That's supposed to be Optimus Prime if instead of being a truck, he was an Ecto-1. So if you're into the 1/24 scale and you like mashups, I don't know, check it out from Jada. I do think the Ecto-1 in red looks kind of cool. I should have had those images here. I don't. I did have those images, or I did find those images and see them myself on tformers.com. Super 7 Funko Fig Pin, Fig Pins, threezero, and the New Zealand Mint, all going to be doing things for the 40th anniversary. Skybound, of course, going to be doing a bunch of publishing. Dynamite, I've never heard of this company. They're doing 200 premium trading cards. Monroe Auto Service will have Transformers themed auto service packages. I'm not sure how you make an auto service package. Your oil is being changed with Valvoline, which is just like Valvatron. Remember Valvatron? That was so bad. That was terrible. A lot of the, or some of the 40th, I guess, things will probably be seen in Earthspark and Transformers 1 as well, because, of course, a lot of the fiction for this year will be Earthspark Season 2 and Transformers 1. Even The Masked Singer. I've never watched The Masked Singer, but the latest season is slated to have a Transformers-themed episode. Now, whether that's music from Transformers shows, movies, and whatnot that will be sung, or whether that's costumes that are going to be Transformers, or whether it's both, don't know yet. But it might be the first time I've actually bothered to check out The Masked Singer. We'll have to wait and see for sure. Botcon, they're going to be celebrating their 30th anniversary in Fort Wayne, Indiana this year from July the 27th to the 30th. This is not the first time they've been in Fort Wayne. They were there the very first BotCon in 1994, baby. Way back in 94. Holy moly. Yours truly in 94. What was I? In 94, I was 16, so a long time ago. Yeah, 15, 16, and 94. They were there in Fort Wayne, Indiana in 2000 as well, and there in 2002. And then we get to this. Let's share this. Hold on. If I can find it. I think this is the right one. Yes. Yeah, there we go. So Jaguar, yes, Iron Factory showed off their Jaguar. Speaking of Elio Kaiser, like this is the what they're, what's being done for Elio Kaiser now. I really wish that we had a proper torso. I'm fine with the 4 Combiner Wars limbs that we got, by the way. I'm fine with those guys, but I would really like a proper torso done. I digress. This is Jaguar for Iron Factory. I was very curious about this because, as I talked about last week with Drillhorn and Kill Bison, while they're tanks, while they're figures, they come with like a full leg piece that includes the thigh, the knee, and really the lower leg that these guys kind of notch into. So I said, if that's the case, then what's Jaguar going to become? Because he's usually the waist and the hips and the thighs. Well, in this case, he's going to be the lower tummy and the waist. Very interesting way of doing it. I think he looks tremendous. He looks really, really, really well done. I'm really, really impressed with this, to be honest with you. Let's check in with you guys just a little bit here. I know that I know that I got a couple of news things to check, but very first thing to note as we go up here, this is my donation to the 86 Hot Rod Fan Club. Aha! He's so junk. He is so garbage, but I appreciate the $2. I'm not going to lie. Thanks for being a super chat, super fan, our buddy Matt from Transformers Talk Raw. He and I often go back and forth on that hot rod. For some reason, he likes being ripped off and overpaying for not getting his value, which is ironic because he and I have been talking about how he's like, Death Source is a ripoff. He's not actually, by the numbers and by the math. But you know who is? 86 Hot Rod, because that abysmal thing was only a measly 77 grams of plastic. It wasn't even a deluxe, let alone a Voyager. Moving on. Rainmakers are fun. I like the highlighter marker colors. Me too. They really stand out. So we go down here a bit, my friends. Hot take, I like the robot mode of the core Soundwave better than the Voyager. A lot of people do, and there's an argument for that, honestly. I mean, when we done the top 10 best Legends class, I mean, look at the support that was there for Soundwave. Look where he ranked. I'm not even going to tell you if you haven't watched it, but look where Soundwave ranked. Legacy Soundwave is better than the Netflix. 100% better than the Netflix. Not only does the Netflix yellow, but I didn't like the yellow around his chest. Certainly, if you had the Shockwave Labs kit for the Siege version, it's so easy to do a cassette player mode for him. Super duper easy to do. Plus, he does the ship mode. Plus, he does the lamppost mode. Plus, he's just a great looking Soundwave. As we go down here, that statue is pretty neat. It is pretty neat, and again, that sort of thing that I might be like, I'd be in for that because I would expect it to be $20-$30. But they'll come out and they'll say, oh, this thing is $299 or something. I'll be like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. All it does is you press a button and transforms. To me, it's a novelty. That's why I'm like $20-$30 maybe, but because to me, it's a novelty. As we go down here, I'm certainly skipping over some stuff here, guys, and I apologize. I'm not on the stream, but I'm watching it. Did someone say Joe's? I only said Joe's because of I thought the Page Puncher's done them. I love Joe's. I did one odds and ends earlier. And tomorrow, we're going to do another odds and ends, a part 2, if you saw the one Tuesday, a part 2. And you know what? There might just be just a dash, just a hint of G.I. Jonas in tomorrow's review, actually, in that odds and ends one tomorrow. I knew TF1 toys are first. Well, everybody knows that they're going to do gimmicks first. They literally do the gimmick garbage first every time. And I don't know why. Because all it does is stock up the shelves and not sell. Like, put your good products out that people want to actually buy. And maybe they would actually sell off the pegs and a store would be like, hey, let's order more of that. But instead, you shipped all of this garbage. All of this garbage that kids don't even want. Why? Because kids are kids and they're not stupid. They know garbage from good. That's why it's not selling. People underestimate the intelligence of children far too often and don't give them the credit. How often do I see somebody say, that's just a kiddie toy? That's only for kids. Do you think kids want garbage? Is that what you do? Do you give your kids trash? Because that's what they are. Trash. Maybe if the kid you're talking about is a toddler, 3, 4 at most. But as soon as they hit 5, they definitely know the difference of good and garbage. 100%. I would like a Space Racer collab. Oh, Speed Racer collab. Yeah, I mean, maybe one day. My chat freezes? Now I'll say this, we've been having internet issues, so I apologize if I am not quite being right. We've had some issues this week. So will we get a T40 line? I don't think we're going to get a T40 line, but I think that they're going to pull from all corners of everything, official, licensed, mainline, everything, and certain things are going to have numbers, just like they did with Thrilling 30. If you're somebody who, for some reason, needs to have all of the numbered stuff, you're probably going to be in for a hell of a year. It's no secret Robeson Megatron will become a tank. I mean, it can't be anything but a tank. 40 ain't as thrilling as 30. Buddy, you don't need to tell me. Thrilling 30 was a great line, great time, great era, great prices. Went into an ad moment. See, that's something that YouTube has been doing. That's something YouTube's been doing. Maybe a glitch then. Not sure. Oh. Yeah, I think the Megs has to be a tank, just because of Robeson being Robeson, right? Ed says I have the 164 Jada muscle cars in box somewhere. I'm waiting for mildly exhilarating 40, followed by blood pressure meds 50. Nice, nice. I like that. What is happening with the Toy Titan Masters line? Nothing. There is no Toy Titan Masters line. Titan Masters were the heads of the Robots and Titans Return. It's not really a line. It was never a line. It's just those are the headmasters. It's just they call them all Titan Masters for some weird reason. That was the Titans Return line, is all. Now, do I think that they may include a Titan Master or two with Omega Prime? Yes. I honestly think, will it be new heads or something reissued? I don't know. But I honestly think that they're going to do a couple of Titan Masters as like a bonus after it's back. I firmly believe they're going to do that. There's an issue with that because it wouldn't be exclusive to Japan and other countries would not have strict laws. But yeah, Botcon is being done by Agabus, I believe. Not as promoted, apparently. If you want to follow it, and you kind of want to follow Botcon, the only site I ever see it actually promoted on now is T-Formers, which I don't think is right because it has such a lineage. I was 11 in '94, a little younger than me. I'm older than a lot of people. I don't know if it's Transformers songs or costumes or both or what it is, honestly. What Transformer is that? I don't know. Are you talking about Jaguar? Jaguar is part of Lyle Kaiser. My father lives outside Fort Wayne. Look at that. Look at that. Small world, right? I started collecting in '99. I'm in my 25th year. You're the same age as my older brother, who also loves the Transformers, I think, right? He was born in '70s. Close. Your brother would be slightly older than me. I was born in '78. I was born in May of '78. That really jumped down on me. Oh, man. How far down did that jump? And I'm the youngest. Migration. Dude, I hear you. We call it platinum, though, buddy. We call it platinum. Then what does Hot Rod fall under? Deluxe. He would be a small deluxe. That's what Hot Rod by rights is, a small deluxe. I don't know why this is so confusing for people. Like, it's all right there in the math, in the numbers. It's all right there. You know, I mean, he's 77 grams with everything. Literally. Even if we forget, because I realize time is passing, even if we forget the traditional 84 grams, like more modern, like within the last 5 years, deluxes tend to range from, I'll give it 72. I'll give it the size of reflector, 72 to 84, to the traditional 84. Now, you had that piece of garbage, Black Arachnia. That was trash. That was only 38 grams. That was not a deluxe. It was a Legends. Legends are about 35 grams, 30, 35 grams. She was 38. I'm sorry, that's a Legends to me. She should have been sold as Legends, and Hot Rod should have been sold as a deluxe, because that's what he is. He's 77. He's literally in the middle between 72 and 84. He's like smack dab in the middle. Interesting. You're saying ads. Normally with the ads, I see a thing come up on the bottom and I'm able to like cut them off. I don't seem to be able to do it tonight for whatever weird reason. I've done tons of collection tours, and like it's too hard for me to do it. My stuff is crammed, jam packed on the shelf. I would suggest, if you want to see my collection, here's what you do: you go to my shorts feed, and I literally, Darren can tell you, I literally went through my entire collection in a series of about 20, 22 shorts. So watch the shorts and you'll see pretty much everything in a quick fashion. Another time before, I done a collection tour where I took everything off the shelf. It's a Herculean task. I can't just, take a camera and go and show you, because you'd never see all the stuff that's crammed in the shelves. It's just, I don't have the space. It's really as simple as that. So I have. And I would say the easiest, the best way, the fastest way, and you're still not going to see it all because I didn't take it off the shelves. But the fastest way to kind of see a bunch of stuff would be to watch the shorts. Fair question, though. Love the, I don't understand how anyone can love the 86 Hot Rod. Thin, flimsy, trash, plastic. The transformation's not good. It's just, I don't know. I spend way too much time talking about that thing when I don't like it. Schrodinger's Hot Rod, I don't know what that is. I guess you could say contrary thought, but again, like you're saying, it's difference of opinions. It's not opinion. It's math. That's not an opinion. That's fact. It's math. Me saying I don't like them, that's an opinion. People saying they do like them, that's an opinion. Him being 77 grams is a fact, right? Yeah, see, agreed. My son passed up on the gimmicky toys and went straight to the mainline stuff. Exactly, because he knows what's trash. I want the sideburn version of the classic Hot Rod mold. Search for it. Get it. Hey, Chauncey. I feel like I saw that you had a birthday recently, buddy. If I'm right about that, then happy belated birthday. If I'm wrong about that, happy early birthday. He doesn't have, it's so much fun, so many accessories. Even with all those accessories, he's still only a measly deluxe. Without them, he's like 68 grams or something. Or it's like 65 grams or something. Like, he's tiny. 15 now. Oh, yeah. But like when my kids were young, they didn't go for the gimmick junk either. You know what their first Transformers were? Or at least when, their first Transformers when I was around. They were some of the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Deluxes. That was theirs. That's what they started with. They do grow up so fast. You don't need to tell me, buddy. My youngest is 15, by the way. So we got that in common. Do you own the Thrilling 30 Sandstorm? Did you see? You know what? Did you see the thumbnail? That's what I'm going to say to you about that Transmetal Brawn. Had a fourth mode hover. What? Hovercraft mode. I've never seen a hovercraft mode for it. Just turned 12. Yeah, they'll get there, man. I mean, to say would not, wouldn't, when, make the, okay, I'm skipping some of these because I don't know. Yeah, by all means, check it out. Hopefully you see some interesting stuff in the, man, oh man. Hopefully you see some interesting stuff in the shorts. Yep, this Wednesday is my final chemo, and then I'm back to normal life and no signs of cancer. Woot woot. That's good news, Chauncey. Great news to hear, buddy. I'm glad things are going better for you. Saturday night, I think, Ultra Megatronus has a live stream, if I'm not mistaken. Is it true that the Prime Masters are both head and gun of a Transformer? Not really. The Prime Masters were supposed to represent the 13 Primes. They weren't really anything. Prime Masters were weird. 50 this month, 73, 76, 74. Yeah, we're all getting older, guys. We're all getting older. 84. 78. Late 90s. So young. November 73. There you go. You know what's funny? I see Ed there, and Ed says, the 86 Hot Rod. I refer to him as the Deluxe. He is not a Voyager just because he has extra weapons. And that's true. He's not, because it's still this all about the plastic content. But here's the funny part. So many people in the review called him a Deluxe. That's not what he was sold as. But yet that's what everybody called him, even though you paid a Voyager price for it. And you shouldn't have. I only did it at the time, and I said this because people said, why did you even buy it then? Because I got it from a small business during the lockdown, the shutdown, whatever you want to call it, struggling to keep going. And you know what? I wasn't going to have him hold something that was ordered by accident because he really couldn't afford to do it. I could afford to buy it at the time, and I did, to help him, not because I wanted it and not because I liked it. I got it to help somebody out. As we go down here, my collection is a hot mess, right? There you go. It's not that I don't have any idea how to display it. I don't have the room. We don't have a huge house. I just don't have the room to spread it all out. Is the problem. Yeah, watch the shorts, right? What are you saying, Dragonfly? My computer have cranked up. I'm running a ton of RAM, so it does not slow me down. Yeah, I don't know anything about that with computers. My computer is pretty much, like, I think I got like 6% or something of space left. I have no idea how to even clean it. I don't know anything about computers. I'll have to get my wife to do it. Zero down hard. I know I'm skipping stuff. Prices are out of control, though. Well, they are, especially if you knew, and I've talked about it here on the channel before, and I don't remember the numbers right now, but if you knew what companies pay wholesale compared to what the retail is, you'd puke. And you most certainly would not buy off of Pulse. I think it's something like, I think a Deluxe in Canada now is something like 16 Canadian. So $10 maybe US. 16 Canadian wholesale, sold for 36 to 39. That is literally like a 250% markup. And they could call that MSRP. Like, no. Your 16 that you're selling it for is probably amped up enough. And I'm saying about 10 US. I don't know exactly what the conversion rate is now, but do it. Somebody do it. Take 16 Canadian, put it into your little Googles, and convert it to US and see what it is. That's what companies are paying for the wholesale. As for Hasbro themselves, they produce it for even less because they're not selling it for wholesale and not making a big old profit on it. They certainly are. So when you buy from Pulse, you have that wholesale markup. Then you have the markup for the distributors. Then you have the markup for retail. And they often put on a markup for exclusive to Pulse. That's 4 profits that you're giving them if you're buying from Pulse. Why would you do that? Why would I do that? Why would any of us do that? It's time to hold companies, not just Hasbro, but a lot of companies to task. Got a jet. That's fine. You're going to miss the most important part, though. Just turned 48. There you go. I thought I saw that, buddy. Repugnus is great. I love him. Has Hasbro retooled tracks? Has retooled tracks, and is he a triple changer? I mean, both the Kingdom and the Generations can do all 3 modes. Yeah. It's not really triple changer. It's just he can do all 3 modes. Gonna turn 17 next month. Oh my God, so young, so young. Yeah, you're on the older side of this group. Sure you are. So am I, buddy. Gimmicks on Transformers can be fun, but if that's only if it's a fun part of the figure, then it's a problem. Yeah, I mean, if the thing is the gimmick, that's novelty. That's only going to last 2 or 3 times. You're going to be like, okay, I'm done with that. Like those things that got the elastic bands on them from Rise of the Beasts. You do that once and you see it done, you're like, oh, cool, and it's done. Robeson Optimus Prime. How many people now are saying, yeah, that was great? Like, you spend $700 on that. Maybe if you bought the trailer, you spend $1,400 US on that. And now it's on the shelf collecting dust? I don't know. I don't know. Like, to me, if you're spending that kind of money on it, you got to use it every single day. Just saying. My son started animated and went right through Prime. Right. Flex 118th diecast vehicles. There you go. Anyone shorten the tabs on Siege Tetrajet figures? The ones for the backpack and robot mode. Seems like a safe idea in the long run. I haven't done it, but I don't see what harm it would do. I'm into Farm Toy decast. Interesting. Okay, so let's move on. Okay. Let's get to the last parts of the news. So we have a is it this one? No, not that one. We have this happening. There you go. Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, it's the Siege guy. I said when I bought this guy, and I've been actually talking back about this guy a bit this week, saying exactly what I said then. This guy also not a leader class at all. With all of his sled parts, he was only 212 grams. I don't see how that's anywhere close to 325. And I said when I bought him, I said I bought him because he's pretty much perfect. I love him. I think he really captures the part. Love the molded in detail and stuff. But because you took advantage of me, I'll never, ever buy another Shockwave. And I haven't, and I won't. This, I mean, if you like the comics, cool. If you want a Shockwave that's a bit brighter, you want him to have a little bit of a, not cell-shaded look, but a similar look to cell-shaded. But it's just the Siege one again. Interestingly, this one is selling for $39.99 US, so just slightly higher than Voyager price, even though this sold as a leader class. I'm sorry, the parts that you put in, those sled parts weren't enough to make it a leader. It wasn't. We didn't need those sled parts. All you had to do was make this guy a Voyager. But the new one is slightly higher than Voyager because it comes with like an Optimus head that's connected to something. I guess it's from the comics, but I don't know the comics, so I don't know the reference. Good looking Shockwave, though. You know, make of it what you will. I think it's a good looking Shockwave anyway. And we can close one. And hold on. And we might as well, since we're here, talk about this guy for a second. So this is 86 Grimlock done in the comic book colors where his thighs and his hands and his head are all blue. He certainly doesn't have the detail on his lower legs, and his body is yellow rather than gold. However, the thing that's enraging a lot of fans is that this guy's coming with swords. And they wanted swords for the regular 86 Dinobots, even though they didn't use them in the movie. And instead of a trash throwaway wheelie, this guy's coming with swords. It looks like he comes with 3 of them, maybe more. I don't know. I think this is neat. Again, I'm not into the comics, but I mean, this Grimlock, we've now had a Toxitron G2 colored one. We've had the regular one. We've had this one. And it's a great mold. Splendid, splendid Grimlock mold. Really splendid. If you're really into the comics and you're cool with this and you want like that bluish haze and stuff, then go for it. Get it. Why not? I mean, you might as well, you know? And we're going to do the trivia right now before we do the last two bits of news, which is, of course, Sandstorm and the couple of listings. Oh, here's this week's trivia. Ladies and gentlemen, listen closely. Here we go. Are you ready? The trivia this week says, in his commercial appearance alongside Broadside, Sandstorm faced off against Blitzwing and Astrotrain. But what Autobots were they trying to rescue from being pinned down by Blitzwing and Astrotrain? So Blitzwing and Astrotrain were pinning down a couple of Autobots. Broadside and Sandstorm came in to rescue them and save the day. Was it A, Warpath and Powerglide? Was it B, Huffer and Cliffjumper? Was it C, Windcharger and Swerve? Or was it D, Goldbug and Chase? A, B, C, or D? I'm going to go up and check and see what you guys say. I might score Siege Shockwave at a toy fair I usually go to. Well, good luck, I guess. Yeah, King Grimlock. I mean, if you want him to have his crown, this one also comes with his crown. That's a good point. I missed. You're right. And I think the Grimlock is going to retail for $59.99 US. I don't know how that compares to your leader class, but like I feel like $59.99 should be what the Canadian price should be for leader class. That's where I'm to. I'm $60 is about what the price should be for a leader class in Canada. I still want Grimlock and RID 2015 colors, but I can't complain. Oh, that'd be interesting. Blue hands. Well, again, it's comic book accurate, right, Darren? Do I know if Grimlock? Do we know if Grimlock's crown is molded or removable? I think it's removable, but I don't know for sure. That's a good question, Chauncey, that I haven't heard one way or the other on. Hey, Omega. Needs the crown when non-app has you covered. Well, I mean, if the crown's included and you don't have to pay for an add-on sovereign, I mean, a lot of people don't like paying extra for things that should just be included, you know. I've heard a theory that Swoop might come with swords on the for the other Dinobots to round out the leader class, but that's just that. I've heard fans talk about that, but none of my sources have indicated that that's something that they're aware of. And that's the same sources that had heard that Omega Prime was going to be the next HasLab. They haven't heard anything that Swoop is going to come with swords. I think it would make sense. I think he should, but I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, you know, Snarl didn't come with anything extra, right? I don't have 86 Grimlock. I think it... Oh, gosh, why does this keep jumping, man? I don't have 86 Grimlock. I think it's removable because there were pictures of him in robot mode. Yeah, but it could be an alternate head, I guess. A, A, W, D, A. Yeah, it's A. It was A. They came in to save everybody from to save Warpath and Powerglide. That's who they came in to save. Okay, as we go down here. Answer is I don't know. That's fair. Some D's. Yeah, no, it was A, guys. I'm gonna go pick up the comic book Shockwave. That's fair. If you want it, you know, go for it. Some interesting decos. I agree, guys. Why does Hasbro keep reusing names like Robots in Disguise more for Cybertron? They do it because it keeps the copyright and trademark and stuff alive, right? You have to use it in a certain time frame. I think once a year it has to be used in some form or fashion to keep it active. So that's why they do it. Will Swoop have yellow or gold? Maybe around. Oh, I sure hope gold. Don't even be talking. Probably go cheap on swords. They might. Trademark reasons. Yeah, trademark reasons it is. Why hasn't Hasbro products referred to Bumblebee as Goldbug? They did. They literally put out a Goldbug last year in a 4-pack. Like they literally put out Goldbug. Oh, refer to Bumblebee as Goldbug because Bumblebee is Goldbug. It's the same dude, Sean. Same guy. Dang, chat freezing. It's not freezing for me. Hasbro is throwing in those swords to entice people. Throwing. Oh yeah, of course they're throwing in the swords to entice people to buy it again. That's the sort of like shystery, sleeving, slovenly, underhanded, slimy business that Hasbro does. The Grimlock looks awesome. If you like that look, then go for it. Why is Sentinel Prime always a D-bag no matter the continuity? Just his character, man. Just his character. Okay. Let's do this piece of news. Boom. So let's talk about this. It's Sandstorm. A lot of people are excited about it. I'm not excited about it in the least. I don't like a toy accurate head. I would like animation accurate. And quite frankly, I have been abysmally disappointed with Blitzwing and Astro Train. Neither of them are anywhere close to leader class, not even remotely close. I infinitely prefer the Titans Return versions of both. So much so that I sold both of those updated triple changers. I rarely sell anything. Most of it goes to my son. But I hated both of those molds so much and think they're so terrible and think that selling them as leaders was such a criminal thing to do that I actually sold them off. And you know what? A lot of fans feel the same way because both of them made the list. Both of those guys made the list, according to voters, for overhyped and under-delivering. This guy here, here's what Starscream Wife had to say. Years and years and years ago, I was never going to get this guy, which of course is the Generations version, and Starscream Wife talked me into it and said he looks so cool. I already loved the Springer mold, so I got this Voyager, and you know what? He is splendid. To this day, he is absolutely, positively splendid. Highly stylized for the character, but man, what an amazing mold. And you can see it here in comparison. But Starscream Wife also said, as cool as that one is, the new one is obviously closer to the animation. The head is toy accurate. He does have more detail on him, likening to the toy stickers, but he's definitely got more proportions that are animation accurate. I like the helicopter mode because it looks like the helicopter should look. I like the Doom Buggy mode. Looks great. The robot mode, I really don't like the way the feet and the ankles look, but they are quite functional and he can pull off a stance. He does look a hell of a lot more animation accurate. I'll give credit where credit is due. My only problem is this. He comes with a cage and a winch. He has a gigantic backpack. I don't know if this is going to be a true leader class. I don't have it in me to take the risk on him not being anymore because I've been burned twice. I cannot be burned a third time. I would love to review this guy, but I would need to review it. I would need to know the facts before I would ever plank down the money on it. Because here now, this guy's going to clock in at, get this, $79.99 plus tax. That's too much. That's way, way, way too much for what I'm looking at here. I'm feeling $50, not feeling 80 plus tax. Thanks. If you're excited for cool, right now I'm just going to stick with my Generations and call that good. And the last piece of news, ladies and gentlemen, which yours truly is going to get into right now. Of course. Hold on. I got to find it and make sure that I'm telling you guys the right things. So, some listings here. First couple, not that exciting, like a Transformers Movie 8, Robot Battlers multi-pack for $44.99. If you want the like manufacturing number or whatever it is, that what is it? That MFR number, it is F9207. Transformers Movie 8 one-step cog changers assorted for $15.99. That is F9202. Transformers 2.5-inch Transformers figure in PDQ, whatever that is. That is 85141. I guess I can actually stop sharing this now. Then there's a couple with light up eyes that I think got canceled. Bumblebee G1 with light up eyes, a Prime G1 with light up eye. I don't know what that is, but it looks like those were canceled. But then we get down to the last two. Are you ready for this? These are listings, which means they're in a computer system. They are there. That means they are forthcoming. This is not a leak. This is not, these are in a computer system. These are happening. They are active. There's an A right there, and it shows as active for F8774 and F8773. F8774 is Transformers Generation Studio Series Leader 86 Triple Changer Springer in the system. That is F8774. F8773 in a system already is Transformer Studio Series Leader Class Assorted 86 Swoop. Swoop is now in a system. Springer and Swoop both forthcoming. They're happening. They are actually in the system. About bloody time. Wouldn't we all agree? And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say thanks for coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, please hit the subscribe button. Stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel, and don't forget for 1 second that somehow, some way, each and every single solitary day, you right there, you do make a difference in the world. Every day. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams right here on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old fashioned way right here inside the videos.